In this video, we're going to look at how you can create tables either from scratch or by uploading a CSV file that already exists. Now we'll be using an example that's very limited with 2 columns and just a few rows. So if we had these sales enablement blog posts that we wanted to use limited for our sales team, we can create a table and that way they're searchable with an internal link finder that will teach you how to build in a later video. But for now, what we're focused on is getting this information into a table within Copy AI. Now to do that, you can click Tables on the left-hand side menu, and you can either click Create New, either a folder or a table, depending on how you want to organize everything, or you can click this plus icon on the side. You'll have an option here to either create a blank table or import an existing table, connect an external source, an integration, or clone a table. And for this video, we are really just going to look at creating a blank table or importing a table. We'll save integrations for a later date and cloning tables for a later date as well. So if we were to start with a blank table, we would give it a name, Sales Enablement Blog Posts, spell that correctly, and a short description. When that's ready, you'll see you have these columns and you can click Add. And you can give the column a name. And here you have a few options. You have short text, long text, number, Boolean search, date, time. But for the most part, you'll be switching between short text, long text, and a number. So in this case, because it's a post URL, we'll click short text because it won't be very long. We can click Enable Semantic Search. And we have this option to index column, but there's a limited number of slots. It's a more advanced feature. And we really don't need it that often. What we use that for is for caching results and serving up that information more quickly. But in this video, all we want to do is make sure that we understand how to make a table and enable it for semantic search, which means we're able to search through that table, the entire table, with whatever column where this is activated. Then if we want to add another column, we can click here and put post title. Depending on the length of the text, you can go short or long. Sometimes it's safe to be long text depending on the titles, but honestly, short text would be fine for titles. Longer text would be more for transcripts, fuller docs, chapters, things that would exceed many sentences. So in this case, we have the 2 columns that we want. We make sure that both are enabled for semantic search, and we can click Create Table. Now, if we didn't structure this correctly, so you'll see we have the post title, we can switch these columns by dragging and dropping. And then we can start to add the information manually. So in this case, I might take the post title, add it there. I can expand this to make sure it entered correctly. And then the post URL. And if I want, I can go line by line and build out the table. But if I wanted to create another table by importing it, all I have to do is download the CSV. So here I would go download CSV file, and I would have this ready to import. So I would go to my left-hand side menu, click Create New Table. And this time I would click Import Table. And I could now take this doc and pop it in. And I simply have to make sure that the title headings are correct and that the information is here. I can click Next. I want to make sure that both of these are mapped. So this is the title. I'll add a new column. I will give this a name. Make sure that it is a text field and click Add. I will then go through and do the same. So I want to make sure that these are all mapped with the right column name and the data type. I click Next. I make sure that these are correct. It's looking good, so I'll click Import. Then I give this a name. Short description, and click Save. But natively, these are not ready for semantic search. So I have to go to the column. I click these 3 dots. I can click Settings. and I can enable it for semantic search here. This is really important if we want to use this within workflows to find specific information from various columns. Once I've mapped those out, again, I can create a new column if I want to click that plus icon. I can add any of these options. Let's say that we were going to add the entire text from the page. I can click long text and enable it for semantic search and add a new column. Now, in this workshop, there are workflows that will allow you to scrape your sitemap so that you can create your blog posts, your case studies, your product pages, and we'll share some videos on how you can do that quickly and then import the CSV file so that you can download it here much more quickly for your entire content database. But this video is just to show you how you can quickly create tables either from scratch or by importing a CSV that already exists. In the next video, we will actually scrape a sitemap with a workflow, export the table, and then we will send that over to a new table, enable it for search, and later on, we'll show you how you can create an internal link finder that can be used for your internal blog posts or content on the website to build a better internal linking structure, or even for sales enablement. If your sales team wants to know if you have content on X, Y, or Z topic, they can simply type the topic name in and they will be able to pull that information right away without having to come to the marketing team.